Shri Mataji, please seek permission for today's meditation. Shri Mataji, please give us permission to do today's meditation. Let's bow down. Shri Mataji's Shri Lotus, raise Kundalini and put a bandhan on. Put both hands in front of Mother with all the pure faith in our heart. Shri Mataji, please come in my heart. Shri Mataji, please make my heart pure and please be here in my heart. Shri Mataji, please come in my attention. Please enlighten my attention. Shri Mataji, please come in my thoughts. Shri Mataji, please enlighten my spirit. With all your blessings, I'm pure spirit. Shri Mataji, please be there for this meditation. We all want to do this meditation with pure heart. Shri Mataji, please take me to thoughtless awareness. Please take me to doubtless awareness. Shri Mataji, please connect me to all-pervading power and make my wishes pure. Shri Mataji, please make us complete oneness of devotion. Give us Ananya Bhakti. Shri Mataji, you are dear and you are enjoyer within me. We surrender ourselves at your lotus feet. I surrender silently. Put our attention on Mooladhar. Left hand towards Mother and right hand on the ground. Put attention on left Mooladhara. And we'll say Nirmal Ganesha Mantra. Om Thamev Sakshat Shri Nirmal Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namaha. Mother, by your grace, I'm innocent. Now, both hands on lap. Put attention on Santa Mooladhara. Take Shri Ganesha Gautri Mantra. Om Tvamev Sakshat Shri Ganesha Gauri Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namaha. Shri Mataji, please make me innocent. Now put right hand towards mother and left hand on the ground. Slowly put attention on right Mooladhara. First recite Shri Kartikeya mantra. Om Tvamev Sakshat Shri Kartikeya Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namaha. Shri Mataji, please make me worthy of you. We take Rakshasahantri mantra and again meditate on right Mooladhara. Om Tvamev साक्षात् राक्षसहन्त्री साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। Mother, you are the destroyer of all the evil in me. Please remove all the negativity from me. Please destroy all the negativity from me. Slowly take our attention to Swadhisthana.
भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ आपो ज्योति रसोऽमृतं ब्रह्मा भूर्भुवः स्वरो
Stay in meditative state. Namami Shardam Devim Vena Pustakadharinim. I bow to Shri Saraswati, the one who holds the Veena and the book of knowledge. Stay in meditative state and we listen to Shri Mataji's talk.
I bow to all the seekers of truth. I'm happy you all are enjoying this music and this dancing. And about these artists, I have to say that after coming to Sahaja Yoga at a very young age, they achieved such mastery. Because when the Kundalini rises, as I told you, she enriches your centers. The center about which I was going to talk to you today is the center of creativity, which looks after your power of action, physical and mental. This power of action moves on the right side of the spinal cord and coming to the optic chiasma, it crosses over, passes to the left side and creates an institution called ego. The institution of ego is a myth. What we do is to get something dead, like some trees dead, so make some platform or some furniture. We take some stones and make a hall, and we think we have done a great job. Actually, what we have done is to reconstruct the dead. But while doing it, we get the feeling that we have done it something. That is how our ego develops. This channel on the right hand side caters to your future. So those people who plan too much, think too much, exhaust the energy of this center, because this center has the first responsibility to convert the fat cells in the stomach for the use of the brain, which is overused, to make them into grey cells. So when you start thinking too much, it has to work more for this very important function. When it starts working for one function, the other functions are neglected. And the other functions are, it has to cater to nourish or to give energy to your liver, to your pancreas, to your spleen, to your kidneys, and part of your intestine. So, once you start neglecting these organs, first your liver suffers. Means the function of liver gets limited. The function of the liver basically is to absorb the heat of the body, which is the poison, and allow it to permeate into the bloodstream. But the energy is so limited that it cannot function properly. So this center starts neglecting liver, and liver then cannot get rid of all the heat of the body, so the heat starts flowing upward. When it starts flowing upward, then there's a center, what we call as the right heart, which gets affected. People develop a disease called asthma with it. Also they develop the disease, what we call as a massive heart attack on the left-hand side, when the heat reaches there. They also can develop a paralysis of the right side when it reaches the brain. The vulnerability is there. And then it is triggered somehow by the left side action maybe. Such people are futuristic. They go on planning for the future. The future doesn't exist. Only the present is the truth. But they go on planning about future, waste their energies, and ultimately find that all their plans fail. One must know the divine plan. If you know the divine plan, then you don't have to plan, because you know the divine is already planning for you everything. When you understand after realization that everything is done by Parama Chaitanya, by this all-pervading power, by this Ruh, then you do not think that you are doing something. Moreover, as I told you, when the Kundalini rises through the Agya Chakra, both these institutions of ego and superego are sucked in, so there is no ego. So you become egoless. So your karmas or your duties or your so-called work you have done become akarmas. Then you don't talk like this, that I have done this, I have done that. They say, oh, it's rising, it's happening, it's working out. To start speaking in the third person. Even sometimes children you will find, they talk like that. This little boy won't go because it is obstinate. They'll talk about themselves. If you notice, if they are realized schools, they talk like that, in the third person. So you become a third person. And nourishment to this energy, to this center comes through your realization. As the Kundalini is connected to the mains, as a result, you get into balance. You are in thoughtless awareness. Somebody has asked me about the thinking yesterday. So the thought arises from the past or from the future. As we have a capacity to react because of the construction of our body as a prism. It's a little scientific thing, but if you listen to some of my lectures, you will understand what I mean. Now what happens when you see something, you react. Anything you see, you react. You see this carpet, you'll react. You will see this mic, you'll react. You'll think something about it. So a thought comes either from the future or from the past, and there's a wave of thought coming and going, again thought coming and going. It comes and disappears. In between these thoughts, there's a little space, which is the present. But if I say you pay attention to yourself, to your present, you cannot. Unless and until you are a realized soul. So when the Kundalini rises, these thoughts they lean out, means they become thin. When they become thin, the space in between increases, and that's how you become thoughtlessly aware. So the thinking is minimized. Then the liver doesn't have to do all the time the job of converting your fat cells into grey cells. It comes into balance. Then the second one is the pancreas. That is neglected too. In a person who is futuristic, who thinks too much, plans too much, that also become neglected. Now, the function of the pancreas is to absorb the sugar into bloodstream in a proper way. But because it is neglected, it has a very limited energy, it cannot function, so you get diabetes. Because of too much thinking, you get diabetes. As I told you yesterday that in India, if you have to give tea to someone, be careful if he's from a village. Because in the village, you have to put so much sugar that the spoon should stand at right angles, otherwise it's no tea for them. And they never get diabetes, never get diabetes. Diabetes is the headache of the people who sit on chairs, write, think, worry, and they are futuristic, egoistical, arrogant, hot-tempered. And such people get also heart attacks, which are of a massive nature. The left heart is connected in a way. When there's too much of exertion on the physical side, also one can get heart attack. The another type of heart attack one gets is a angina. That's due to some other reason. That's due to the lethargic heart. So now we have another problem which is very serious, is that of the spleen. Spleen is the speedometer. It's the one that gives us rhythm. If we are rhythmic in life, spleen keeps all right. But we are very hectic. And the function of the spleen is to create red blood corpuscles whenever there is an emergency. So the way we are always under a shock. Early in the morning you get up, what do you see? You read the newspaper, horrid news. I mean, newspapers have to give horrid news. They never give good news, you know. They say, we don't want to say if some plane has landed safely, but but if there's a disaster, so many have died, killed in action, murders, horrible things, naturally you get a shock because you are a human being. And in a subconscious, you feel. In the unconscious area, you get the jerk. There's a shock. Then you start the day in a hectic way. You are time bound, you have to rush, you can't take your breakfast, you just take something, grab. Rush to the car or maybe on anything, and then you find a jam. In modern days, everything keeps you on attention. Then you reach the office, there's the boss is getting angry with you because you are late. As it is, I don't know how much work we really produce. Only the mess we have created in this world, I think, much more in the modern times than much work. We cannot have people like Mozart nowadays. We can't have anyone like Michelangelo. We cannot have any artists who can create beautiful things. We do not have beautiful buildings now, horrible plastics. We cannot have beautiful artistic clothes. Everything is becoming plastic, and for which we are working so very hard to create plastic mountains. All this leads to tensions. So we become tense. And the tensions go on increasing as this ego increases, covers all your head. And you go into tension. But the worst thing that happens to you, that this spleen, which is the one responsible for keeping the rhythm of your life, goes hectic and becomes crazy. It doesn't understand what sort of a personality you are. Sometimes you rush to that, sometimes you rush to that. There's no rhythm in your life. So it gets upset and it starts producing red blood corpuscles unrhythmically. It doesn't know. So the vulnerability is there. And as soon as there's any triggering from the left side, you develop a horrible disease called blood cancer. And the only treatment you can have in the medical science is that you will be certified that you will die after 8 days or after 1 month. That's the only possibility. But with Kundalini awakening, your own power nourishes this center and supplies energy, soothes down your hectic speedometer, which is the spleen, and the disease gets cured. There are many we know of who got their blood cancer cured, and even after 6-7 years they are living and kicking all right. All this is available to you within yourself. This is all being promised. Many great people have written about it. It's not that I'm saying something new. Only the new thing we are seeing here is that you can get mass realization. Then is the kidney. Kidney also gets affected, firstly by the heat of the liver, and secondly by the strenuous type of life you lead, futuristic, neglected, and then you get blood pressures. Blood pressures you get till you get failure of your kidneys, or you might get a paralysis. Anything is possible. So we have blood pressure, high blood pressure. All this is only because of one center when it is out of gear. But if all the 7 centers are out of gear, what should happen to us? And I think the modern life is such that it could be, all centers could be in danger. So it is eminent, is important that we should get our Kundalini awakened and we should enjoy the best health. Health, of course, you enjoy very well, no doubt. But apart from health, you enjoy many other things. First of all, you enjoy yourself. Today, there's no time to discuss all the centers. But still, I would say that I would like to give you all the benefits of Sahaja Yoga, which are possible. That you start enjoying others. You become righteous, as I told you, and you start enjoying your virtues. You are no more a critic of things. If you have to criticize, you criticize yourself, laugh at yourself, and you don't laugh at others. You start correcting yourself. If you have the art of Kundalini awakening, because yoga means, of course, the union with the divine also means yukti, meaning the deftness. Deftness to raise the Kundalini of yours and of others. If you know the decoding of these centers on your fingertips, 5, 6 and 7 on the left side, and 5, 6 and 7 on the right side. If you just know the decoding, immediately you can do the diagnosis. What is wrong basically with you, and you can correct it. So physically, mentally, emotionally, you can correct yourself.
You can do silent meditation for 5 minutes. We listen to Gayatri Mantra. तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः
भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्।
Thank you, Shri Mataji, for giving this invaluable knowledge and beautiful state. Thank you for removing all excessive heat from our Swadhisthana and clearing our Swadhisthana. Let's do collective bandhan. Jai Shri Mataji, we surrender today's meditation at your lotus feet. Today we pray for everyone's health. We put a bandhan for Vaishali. Vaishali Sharma. Jai Shri Mataji, thank you everyone. We wish you
Jai
all
Shri
good.
Mataji, thank you.
Thank you, Didi.